Go.
Guide on me. Somebody, cover me.
Go. Leave the VC for a bit. Let them talk at each other. Let's see. My Friday is just starting, so it's a morning for me. I'm getting my morning coffee, and I'm gonna go do some other stuff once the yield sunlight comes up. I think that's the control keys. Maybe I can get off the runway here before plane explodes. There we go. Put the dampoir on. Get the penis Doppler. And we are currently mostly stock in the French 13.0 F-16. I'm trying to spade this, and I'm also getting the French F-16 AM, so the Belgian one. I call it France because Belgium is just the gateway to France. Germany speed bump, etc., etc. And what I'll do is I'll kind of like fly out, get a couple kills, fly back. It does come stock with 2 9Ls and 2 9Ms, which is a pretty like respectable loadout for EC as far as like getting kills. Because most of the times you can use the 9L. In the same cases you can use the 9M, and it'll probably hit because a lot of times people don't see launches. Yeah, a bunch of F4S's crashing. I should see if I don't know if I made a bomb loadout for this, because I could do some base bombing too. It's not like super efficient, but it's like sometimes you just want to mix up like what I'm doing. That and just going in and fragging everyone will usually kind of end the game. But it's US players right now, so usually there's people to replace them. So we got 3 over there, and because the radar kind of shows like 3 of these kind of double dash lines, I like to call him like a little guy with a hat on him. It means there's 3 people in the A point. There's 1 coming in from the right, or probably just shooting out to the right, so the guy that's furthest to the right should be going away. We'll find him probably. No. Let's see, there he is. So we'll get the A point. That'll give us some momentum to use. And cut the range down to 37 kilometers. Work from there. A guy on fire is enemy. Now there's a whole dogfight here, so we gotta figure out which one to shoot at. I think that's an F-15. But it, yeah, it's an F-15. put like a use the chat to actually let people know, hey, I'm French F-16. Just don't fucking willy nilly missiles at anything that is F-16 shaped.
Follow me. Follow me. On me. Move after me. Move after me.
6 chaff, 46 flares. Yeah, you can message me about the large custom games or the monthly thing. You can also just put it like if it's just like public info, you can just put it like in Sim Battles Fun Police or any of the channels. Just tag like Simmer. I know there's like some people that are interested in that. I know that some of the Russian guys run like a Battle of Britain kind of like a historical event thing that I think would be neat to be like, we need to form the Eagle Squadron and then like go try to beat up on like the Russians with and their little historical scenarios. But that's I'm gonna try to get this here.
Guide on me.
We got 450 points out of that.
Follow me.
Some black dots over there. Now, how close are we to leaving the point, though? So, it's a friendly versus an enemy over there. So, and depending on kill feed, we'll be able to figure out who's who. I think that's a Mirage versus 14. I'm just going based on like the guy in the front looks like a 14 with the wings folded out and nobody's spamming cover me, so I can kind of rotate around the point and cap it for these guys. That's what I call context clues. I mean, I can join the event tonight, depending on what time it is. It's the end of Sober October. I don't know what kind of event it is. I know it's it might be the same one that Crab advertises on his thing, I think. Let's see. F4 is nearby. Let's see if we can.
Guide on me. Guide on me. On me. Cover me. Guide on me.
I got covered to the north, so as soon as this point's up, I am gonna run to the north and try to help one of our boys out. Because I think the guy I saw on radar just a bit ago is the guy that just let's see if we can get going into stealth mode. So if I get this guy here, it'll probably get me up to the score threshold for useful actions. It's not going to hurt me to go back to base. I got 4 minutes of fuel. That's kind of a hopium missile, but I mean it's an F4F, so F4S. So maybe it hits. Bing. Okay, there we go. Like, what is the historical scenario? 8 p.m. Eastern time. French F-16, the first one does not have HMD. The second one does. The second one is basically F-16C capabilities, slightly technically worse radar, maybe, and it's on the French team. But this is the A model. So this is the basically an F-16 Block 15 with AIM 9Ms at 13.0. So you don't get any SRH missiles, but you get 9Ms, and I think that's a pretty legitimate trade-off. As in, like, legit, as in, like, it's good for this thing. Like, I would definitely rather fly this over the one with just 9Ls. Like, in all honesty, this should be 13.3 if there was, like, an actual, like, kind of, like, 13.3 bracket, along with, like, F-15A, Gripen, that kind of stuff. Like, there's some stuff that's, like, 13.0. Probably doesn't need to be here, but that would be a decompression thing, so it's not like you move it up to SAR or move it up to ARH tier and you're like, well, thing's useless. But I'm gonna spade it. I also want to do a video on the French F-16 at some point, and it's just nice to have, especially with kind of the current situation of the game. Because I think this thing gets GBUs from what I understand. Well, maybe it's the other one. You have 4 seconds of fuel. Just
Air brake on.
what's the lineup for the historical event as far as like planes and stuff go?
Air brake on.
I don't know, like my personal opinion is I like the Mirage 2000 a lot better than the F-16s. As far as like even just like general gameplay, like I think the Micas are
Air brake on.
not really underrated because people rate them as good.
On. Warning.
But having 8 missiles versus 6
Air brake on.
and having Micas is probably a little bit more beneficial for like my kind of like play style versus AIM 120s. But having the ability to sling 120s, especially at all the other 120 slingers, even if you don't really do anything in a game, if it doesn't really give you a lot of kills, it can provide like a lot of pressure and allow other people to get a bunch of kills.
Air brake on.
That and just having a plane where you can take like ground ordnance and have or take better ground ordnance and have viable air-to-air is also like probably useful for winning on tickets or equalizing them at least.
Air brake on.
Let's see, we can go here.
Air brake
No,
on.
hang on.
Air brake on. Warning. Warning. Fuel low. Warning. Fuel low.
I think I'm gonna run more fuel on this map because I don't think I stuck around long enough. Yeah, Midori. I think I recognize that name from the from Stat Shark boards. No. Go damping. So F4F, F4F, probably. So I think I'm gonna run base defense. So we've got 3 bases here, 1 over here. I'll probably occupy this square, but this one just popped up, so I'll probably go from here, see if there's any F4Fs, F4Ss, and then go to the A point and get that. Because if we can keep getting the A points, we might actually be able to win tickets.
Attack the A
So let's go hard search here. What is this guy? Okay, that guy's a friendly that we just see, but this is two enemies chasing. Alright, F-15 hits the ground. He does not see the missile. There we go. So I'll get rid of two of them. What the fuck?
Follow me. Follow me.
Now we got a dogfight here. Like on the radar, you can see the dogfights because like when you have like an equal sign and then the like an equals and like a straight line overlapped with each other, it kind of tells you that there's two guys that are merged up. And then we kind of look in front of us and kind of see an F-14 turning left or right. And then you get the cover call, and I guarantee you the cover call is like here. So now, where's the 14? 14 dropped from the radar, but it's probably because he's below like this crest line here, would be my guess. Let me go back to wide search just in case. We've got a bunch of friendlies here though too, so I'm not too worried. Like he's probably gonna get slammed. That looks like a 15. Let's just get, yeah, that's a 15. Oh god, I might have went up too high. I might just be getting backsplash radar though too. Yeah, okay, thank god it's backsplash radar. So when guys like hard lock things, like they have like still have like a beam that comes out their butthole too. So sometimes you get like a false like lock. Same thing if you get behind like an enemy plane, you'll still get RWR pings if you're close enough. We got 3, we got 2. I'm gonna try to get into the A point. SU-25 is gonna actually help us in the game here. He just kind of went in and just fragged a bunch of crap. Considering there's a bunch of players over here, I am gonna try to kill some. So hopefully I'm not getting set up for side aspect. F4S is easy. I got another one behind me. Might have cooked myself because this whole like going up thing is bad. That and being here with all these other guys is also bad. Yep, that's kind of expected. RWR changes I think are bad. That's more or less the my current kind of opinion. I'm hoping that it's all like play smart holder crap that they're gonna change before live server implementation. Like it's some bullshit of like they're redoing how they how they program and keep track of that shit. But from like what's currently on dev server, I think change is bad. It means digital RWR is going to be a lot less useful as a situational awareness tool. Because like currently, I can look at the RWR and I can tell what kind of plane it is, but also I can look at the RWR and look at the radar and go, oh hey, an F4F or an F4S is in front of an F-15, and I look at the radar and I have like two in a row. I know that the second guy's an F-15, and I should probably worry about the F-15 more than the F-4. And if they're both just labeled as F for fighter, you don't really know that. So it means kind of going into engagements where you might be outnumbered and you might have a chance. You might just be better off avoiding those. And that kind of like, it hurts my play style to do it that way. It does kind of add parity to the Russian RWRs, which this is a roundabout way of doing it, which is dumb and I don't even think is like historically like not supported by facts. Because I know the like I'm pretty sure the American RWR is that kind of like database of radio frequencies that corresponds to certain radars and whatnot is a continually updating thing too, and definitely be like part of the signals intelligence. Like people would be like definitely like collecting radar signatures and then like classifying them so that like even if the radar frequencies change or whatnot, you can kind of have like an up-to-date library of like, oh, the MiG-29 frequency is now this, like its repetition looks like this now instead of this. Like I'm pretty sure like the Swedish like the Gripen has like the war switch is basically one of the things it probably does is like switch up the frequency that the radar scans so that in a real war, at least like initially, you would have basically blind or like at least deprive RWRs of information. But like this is War Thunder, like we don't we don't really need that. Like just like stop making changes that people didn't ask for. Well, I think from what I've seen that it is affecting like planes like F-16 now, allegedly. Apparently, when I tested on Dev Server, that stuff was like it was there, but it wasn't live or some crap. I don't know. Not an expert, not a computer expert. But overall, I think RWR changes are dumb. Nobody asked for them. Like to me, it just seems like a fishing expedition for people to like fix it by posting like, or not even like posting, but like aggregating open sources together. Like at that point, I'm like, that's my conspiracy theory is that the War Thunder game is to make an easy aggregation and discussion of weapons capabilities. Basically open sourcing the research. I think I didn't loot that enough. No, we get another junk. It looks Mirage 2000. I'll ping myself. Just, I know we have Sweden on our side. It's also kind of dumb that they added like the a 13.0 Draken where, oh god, I should have looked around. I wasn't looking. They added a premium Vigan with AMRAMs, which is I've heard people say it's just gonna be a worse F4F ICE. I mean, maybe, but like, we're gonna let people just. I mean, it's the same issue of like top tier premiums. Like it's finally come to 13.0. So day zero guys spamming AMRAMs at you is just gonna be a thing. And my game just crashed. Okay, I do this, and then if I click here and hide the game capture. Alright, I am rebooting the game because the game just went kablooey. Neat. What's up, Norwegian Ace Akka? I did not look around because I thought I was like far enough in my own like territory and there was no RWR ping and he was cheating and he wasn't playing the way that I expected him to, and that is not okay. People need to watch my videos but not apply any of the lessons to them or from them, please. Keep your radar on and in the widest scan pattern possible. What the? Hmm. Okay, now if I turn game capture back on, we should be good. See if I died. Motherfucker. Game cannot handle alt tabbing at all. So I gotta close it again and reopen it. like, hey, we added all these features, but we got rid of like the one thing that like actually makes War Thunder bearable, which is like being able to do other things at the same time as you play War Thunder. We are currently rebooters. We are rebooters. Hopefully though, hopefully the Stat Shark thing, the flight model calc goes live today. That's what I want to see. I want to see the FM calc. Then I can jerk my hog to EM diagrams and then poison the well. Okay, so we're back in the game. We're back in the loading screen. So now let's try to get the game capture back up. So if we go here. You're kidding me. This is the third time it just goes yeet. All right, I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close the stream, boot the game, boot OBS, and then stream again. That's gonna have to be like the solution.